Bills and Bengals, predictions for how it's going to go on Sunday. Feel like the world is expecting a shootout. Is it going to look like last night's game did? Two quarterbacks dueling, and Gibbs playing the role of Jahmyr Gibbs will be James Cook, and it's that game.
Although Gibbs didn't really go off rushing the ball, right? Like that's a game Gibbs has that I think everyone thinks Cook can have, and I'm not sure he ever really has. Because Gibbs went 12 for 43 running the ball. Like 3.6 yards per carry. Like he couldn't really run it. A lot of negative runs in the second half.
Listen, the Cowboys' defense is they just give out like 40, but their defense is not what it was before.
No, and
their pass defense is a mess.
Right.
But their run defense is better.
In part because Jerry purposely he did that this offseason, right?
Can I raise my hand for something? You want to see would you rather be bad against the run, good against the pass, or
right.
bad against the pass and good against the run?
Right. Jerry set out to be a good run defense and killed his pass defense for it, and they're a horrible defense.
Right.
Because of it.
You're a bad run defense.
Right.
You will not give up 40. You're a bad pass defense.
Right.
You will give up 40.
Last night they did a great job. They did a great job against Gibbs. Montgomery went 10 yards a carry.
Yeah, he had one for 35 yards.
That's true. Okay,
and
so
right.
Other than one run, they actually did a really good job. But Gibbs went 7 for 77 through the air.
Yeah.
And that's the game Cook never has.
No, he doesn't.
That we all think he's capable of having, but he's never really had it.
Why doesn't he have it? Because, listen, is it coordinator-based? Is it because Joe Brady does not... I mean, last year the running backs were involved in the game plans a lot.
Right.
And downfield throws, it's much more about Ty Johnson and even Ray Davis than it is Cook. Like Cook seen
once in a while.
Sparingly down the field, like down a seam.
Tampa a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right. They got him involved.
Yep. On one big play, but he had 5 catches in the Baltimore game and 5 in the Miami game. And are those career highs for him? Like you don't see, it's rare you see a game plan be James Cook through the air. That's what we're going to attack. Like you saw with the Lions yesterday. The Lions are lining up Gibbs against cornerbacks and they are throwing it to him. Like he's running real routes and he is getting open. And maybe Cook isn't doing that. I'm not sure. Like, I think he's a good pass-catching back. Maybe it's the blocking. It was the drops, I think, for a year that probably also got in the way of it. But that game doesn't happen for him. So this week, I could see him being a focal point than the way Gibbs was. I just think in a different way. Like, the Bills are going to come out running the ball 25 times with him. Right? Like, isn't their perfect game? He's going to get 25 carries in this game because he's going to average 5-6 a pop since he can't stop us, and we're going to hold on to the ball all day.
Yeah.
It's going to look like the Pittsburgh game. In their perfect world, it's going to look like the Pittsburgh game.
Right. It might look like the Pittsburgh game both ways, though, because the Bills ran all over Pittsburgh with a high success rate, and Cincinnati twice has run all over Pittsburgh.
Right.
So if they're equals in running against the same team, could they be equals against each other? We'll find out. 803-0550. One other thing about the Bengals. So I saw a stat that if you took the top tight end against the Bengals every week this year, that player would be 7th in the NFL in receiving yards.
Just the tight ends.
Just the number 1 tight end against the Bengals, 7th in the NFL in receiving yards. So is it a big tight end day for Dalton Kincaid? Is he healthy? And the knee injury popping up and now the brace, people are going to wonder if the PCL has become an issue again.
It was a big brace.
Will that slow him down? Will he be less fluid? Last year, a lot of his lack of production or what he struggled to do was kind of written off to or ascribed to the PCL injury. He wasn't 100%. He was dealing with something throughout that. So now, do I have a hobbled Kincaid out there going forward? That's not great. And on Kincaid, you've probably heard it. Ian Hartitz he tweeted out a chart yesterday. Kincaid's the number 1 most efficient tight end in football in terms of yards per target or
yards per
route run.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
It got me thinking about efficiency. Efficiency is a strange thing in football to talk about because what it can often mean, who's the most efficient? Because not everybody gets the same opportunity. And what you're trying to say is, hey, he's the most efficient tight end. Is another way to say that just he's the best that isn't used nearly enough.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he efficient? Well, when they do throw to him, he's awesome. And they just don't throw to him. So that's efficient, right?
Right. Well, sometimes
what's my goal? Is my goal efficient or is my goal lucrative, prolific? Is it just who cares if it's 10 yards per? Would I like 10 yards per catch on 10 catches? Or 8 yards per catch on 20 catches.
I was going to say,
one of those is much more efficient.
Yeah, I think you're going too far with it if you're saying, I would rather have
efficiency.
Kincaid's efficiency on, what does he have, 40 targets this year, 50 targets this year, than Trey McBride, who might average a little less than him, but it's on 88 catches.
Right.
Which is better? The dude who's doing it with crazy high volume. I remember this being true about Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis' first 2 years when he wasn't a full-time starter, he was splitting time with either Sanders or John Brown. He was the most efficient receiver in Bills history, the most efficient receiver in the NFL.
Yards per target,
yards per route run, even because he wasn't playing all the time, but he was getting big plays.
Right.
And I remember thinking, okay, look how efficient this dude needs to play more. And then sometimes with guys like that, you do play them more. And what happened in Gabe Davis's case? They turned up the volume, and then the efficiency went way down.
Well, they turned up the volume, and they changed his role.
And
because his role became...
That's fair.
You're getting tougher competition.
So
sometimes efficiency is right, we'll go back to even further back. Diggs in Minnesota. Incredible efficiency. This is a player that needs more, and you'll get more.
Right.
And Kincaid, isn't he probably you need more...
I think he's more.
You'll just get more.
He's more likely to be the latter. Right. I would expect that if he was to be the focal point of an offense in the way that McBride is or Brock Bowers is, that maybe he wouldn't be as good as those two. But in fact, I don't think he would be that good. I don't think he would be as good as Trey McBride if the Bills just decided we're going to start throwing him 7 times a game. But I think he'd be really good. He'd be a really good starting tight end in the NFL and would probably be the most dangerous weapon on the Bills. That I don't think is the question on him right now.
Is he going to be healthy enough?
Right, and that'll relate to whether they're going to pay him in a year. He could be the most efficient tight end in the league all he wants, but if part of the story on him is, we can't really play him more than 40% of the snaps game to game because we don't think his body will hold up. Well, you're going to pay that guy? You're going to build your offense around that guy? Because I would think you can't do that. You can't build everything around and pay and invest in a guy that you can't rely upon to be on the field, or if he is on the field, to not know if he's even at 100%. So I think if this knee injury is something extra on top of the hamstring and we're doing this again with him, that I think the real story with him starts to become not how good he is, but if this dude is just going to be an injury-plagued mess that they can't invest in.
803-0550. Rob will get to a call on the other side. Chris Brown at 8:30. It is a Football Friday. We also let you know Football Friday is brought to you by Salino Law. Car crash, call Salino, call the 8s. And by Crosby's Pizza and Subs. Crosby's hometown fuel, game day ready since 1922. Big week of football coming up. The Bills, of course, the Sunday night game. There are big, big games in every window, and that's just an awesome week of football coming up. So the Super Great American Football Friday Frenzy is on the way at 9 o'clock as well. My shirt is now on right side out.
Still can't believe it.
I can't believe I caught it just before you guys started. Why are we all talking about the movie Inside Out?
It was a minute before.
I know, yeah. Now looking back, you were in there talking to Alt Joe, which doesn't often happen.
Because we were trying to throw something together, like we would do something. Because I didn't want to wait.
Yeah.
He's like, I could build something good. I'm like, we can't give him time to figure it out. And sure enough, you were going to figure it out anyway.